Hey guys, welcome to the Max Invest YouTube channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing one of the biggest bits of news that has came out about Chainlink so far this year. Now, essentially what happened is that Chainlink partnered with the Associated Press. Of course, the Associated Press is one of the biggest media companies, and the Associated Press is responsible for verifying that all of the media is actually correct. Now, of course, you can use cryptocurrencies to do this to a significantly better level, and Associated Press have partnered with Chainlink to do so. We'll get into some of the details in this video. Of course, if you enjoy the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel, follow me on Twitter, join the Discord, and remember, nothing in this video is financial advice. So let's jump into the video. Now, as we can see by the headline, the Associated Press taps Chainlink to provide untamperable news data. If you don't know what the Associated Press is, I'm going to quickly explain it. Essentially, what the Associated Press does is they get a piece of news. For example, they may have gotten the 2020 election results. Now, what the Associated Press will do is they will look at these results and then they will report it. Once the Associated Press report these results, every single media outlet around America is going to believe this to be true, and they will publish articles based on the Associated Press's results. Of course, this means that there's a lot at stake. If someone, for example, faked being the Associated Press and published an article, well, every single media outlet in the entire United States is going to publish an incorrect article. And this is essentially how fake news spreads. The Associated Press gets something wrong, or someone pretends to be the Associated Press, and instantly every single article and every single news outlet in the United States is publishing that article within 1 minute. So there's a lot at stake here, and this is why the Associated Press have decided to move on to cryptocurrencies to make everything a lot more trustworthy and a lot more verifiable. As we can see right here, it says the Associated Press, a collective of more than 1,300 newspapers and broadcasters, and of course this includes some of the biggest newspapers in the world like the Washington Post, is moving further into decentralized news and publishing today. Today, it announced that the Associated Press is going to be partnering with Chainlink Labs, and as a direct result, the Associated Press is essentially going to be running its own Chainlink Oracle node. So let's unpack exactly what this means. Essentially, when the Associated Press is running its own Chainlink Oracle node, what they are doing is they are bringing more and more data on-chain. Essentially, the Associated Press gets a lot of data from a range of different verticals. The Associated Press has data surrounding sports outcomes, surrounding political outcomes, surrounding companies' quarterly earnings, and more. So the Associated Press has a ton of data, and the Associated Press essentially want to verify all of this data and eliminate fake news. So essentially what the Associated Press are doing is they're putting all of the most trusted and the most correct data on chain. Now this means a couple of different things. The first big thing that it means is if somebody is developing a smart contract and they want untamperable, correct data, well, they can use the Associated Press's data. If you're, say, doing a gambling website or something along those lines on Ethereum, well, you might want to know what the sports outcomes are, and you may want to pay for the Associated Press's data for that. So this is, of course, helping Chainlink significantly with its Oracle delivery. However, it extends beyond this. Essentially, whenever a media outlet is writing an article about a certain thing, they're going to want to check if this data is true. Now, currently, the Associated Press has a very, very big problem with a lot of individuals pretending that they're the Associated Press and pushing out fake news. One of the most recent examples that I could think of is Walmart essentially said that they were going to start accepting Litecoin in a fake news article. Now, everyone thought that the Associated Press published this, and as a direct result, there were thousands of different media articles all out about how Walmart is accepting Litecoin when this was in fact fake. Now, this essentially fixes this problem because we do know that if we actually look into the code, we can see that this is the Associated Press's data. Essentially, when the Associated Press puts all of this data on chain, they do need to cryptographically sign and verify all of this data so everyone can see that this is the correct data, and it should stop preventing the spread of fake news. News outlets can actually look and they can actually see, hey, this comes from the Associated Press, this isn't fake, and we can use this. So there are some very, very big benefits to this. Of course, a lot of smart contract developers and a lot of media outlets will be trusting the Associated Press, and this is because it's a big business that has been around for 170 years and it's the most established in the space. Right now, nearly every single media outlet is actually using the Associated Press, and it is a very crucial aspect of the media space. Of course, the Associated Press now have a way of proving that an article comes from them. Every single article is cryptographically signed by them when they're running their own Oracle node, and this should mean that fake news can start stopping spreading. Of course, we know that fake news is a massive problem. Of course, I do have a lot of opinions on this, and I think this is absolutely fantastic. Of course, this adds a lot more fundamental value to Chainlink. This is because the Associated Press are running a Chainlink Oracle node, and every time someone wants to tap into their data and see their cryptographic signatures, well, they will need to use Chainlink in order to pay for this service. So it fundamentally helps out Chainlink, and it's good to see one of the biggest news organizations in America actually doing this, and I am very, very happy with this. Of course, in my opinion, I do believe that Chainlink is quite undervalued, and the reason for this is because we really are seeing a lot of these huge companies become on-chain very, very quickly. So, I am hoping that this can really help out Chainlink and give it a little bit of a boost. However, we will need to wait and see what happens. Of course, the thing that we do all love about Chainlink is that Chainlink continues to trend up with time. Chainlink just slowly treads upwards and its fundamental value gets better and better and better. I do expect this to continue happening, and I am hoping that more of these partnerships can come out. Of course, in the next 10 or so years, I do believe that everything in the world is going to be coming on-chain. We're going to be living in a world where all of these companies are running Chainlink Oracle nodes, and all of these companies are actually using Chainlink services to connect with the blockchain. Of course, when they're all using Chainlink services, they're then connecting with the smart contract chain, which would be, say, Ethereum. And this is why I do love to invest in Chainlink and Ethereum for a smart contract orientated future. Specifically, this news is very good. The reason for this is because it shows that we're moving into an era of cryptographic truths. Everything can be publicly stored and publicly verified by a blockchain, and it means that we're going to stop seeing a lot of fake news and a lot of fake things coming out. It's great to see that cryptocurrency can be of such a use to some of the biggest media organizations in the world, and I expect this to continue. Anyway, if you enjoyed the video, remember to like and subscribe to the channel. We're approaching 800 subscribers, and it really would be much appreciated if you could get us over the line. Thanks for watching the video.